just the idea I like to say like I can't or I shouldn't
Mm,
is such a limiter. And I've been thinking about this about you, like you and client work as well before this call, and I imagine like working with a coach like yourself that has like a real life impediment, like the loss of sight, and has a real reality sort of perspective. I wonder if it makes your clients face the truth of their own limitations more quickly, because I think I would imagine on a coaching call talking to you, somebody says like I can't, maybe puts it into more perspective of how silly that word is.
mm,
Does that make sense?
yep. And the old coaching line to that is, if you could, what would it look like? And
That
that's
is
the
a great
thing
line.
is, and I worked a lot in, and I still do work with other people with disabilities that are looking for, employment. And that was the thing is, oh, well, I can't get a job. Well, you can get a job. Like, your own limitations are what's stopping you from getting a job. Like, it's
Oh,
possible to have a job. And
right,
then they're like, oh, but, and I'm like, hello, what are we doing here? Like, this is
right.
my job and I'm helping you. So therefore, it's not, it's not unrealistic to have a job when you've got a disability. It's that, maybe there's a different way of going about it, and you've got to have some different skills, and you've got to have a supportive employer, and, there might be, different things that need to line up. But having said that, it's not impossible.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Impossible is a very strong word. I can't or I shouldn't is in a completely different category. And I really love that question that, well, if you could, what would that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I need to write that down and just think about it, because even now I'm trying to write a nonfiction book myself, and like every time I sit down at the keyboard, like I feel like I can't, and like I'm always doing this negotiation with myself, being like, you just have to write. You don't ever have to publish it, but you just have to write and finish this thing, and then
And
you can like turn off the judgment that says you can't or you shouldn't or you're not worthy, and just do, like, because it's not impossible. It's not like I'm
mm,
trying to fly.
yep,
You know?
yep.
Oh, that's
And you know
tremendous.
what? Like, at the end of the day, if it's crap and you've got to edit the hell out of it, who
Yes.
cares? Like, it's on paper and you've got it out of you. It's a product now, and then you can work with it as much as you need to finesse it and do whatever it is that you choose to do with it once it's actually out. But, to get it from inside of you out onto sort of something that you can then work with,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's just tapping into that, what made you want to write that book in the first place. There was something that encouraged you to do it. So every time I can't happens when you sit in front of the computer, think about why are you doing it.
Yeah. 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 'Cause I've also realized, even with like business projects and other things in the past, like I realized me getting from 0 to 1 is the hardest part.
Mm,
Like, because it's such an abstract mountain in my mind, was
yeah.
where if I actually start it, then I'm able to manipulate it and see what I like and don't like. And so like
Mm,
I keep that memory really, like, that idea really close to the front of my head, because the fear monster starts to take over sometimes, and I can't let that jerk wrestle with some of my ideas because he never lets it go.